Well, this is a surprise,
Well-
isn't it? Bet you weren't expecting this in your podcast subscription box today. Neither were we, to be honest.
I thought you were going to say 2025 bingo card, to be honest.
2025 bingo card would have been better. Yeah, but can I go back and edit it? I can't be bothered. Hi guys.
Hello.
Do we even put the music on? Are we just off?
I don't even know.
We're off. We'll just go with this.
Yeah.
We've got no notes. I haven't even got my iPad with me with all my notes on. We're going off script.
Yeah, we wanted to catch up, to be honest, didn't we? Because it's
kind of just
been a while.
Catch up. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no
Checking
format.
In. No.
Well, should we? Again, I've not got my notes, so we're going to talk a bit of a catch up on trailers that we've seen because we've been out of it for a while, obviously.
Yeah.
The thing that's dragged us back is the potential Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I was about to say not
revival.
superhero, but it is superhero, really, isn't it?
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
what? Go on, give everybody an update on what we've been up to.
Oh God, what
No,
have
it's too much now. They don't care either.
A lot has happened.
They probably don't care. I got Anthony to watch the wrestling the other day.
Yeah,
Anthony stayed right up until 3:30 in the morning to watch the Royal Rumble. He enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it more than I thought I would.
There you go. Is he going to carry on watching the wrestling? No,
probably not.
But he enjoyed.
But if I got invited again, I'd go.
There you go. Yeah,
So
maybe someone will invite you.
I mean, I kept up with a fair few names, didn't I?
To be fair,
I did all right.
All right, yeah. To be fair. Anyway,
And also, I want to know
who?
how Alyssa gets on.
Alexa.
See,
Alexa.
I'm not quite there.
I'll keep you in the loop.
Yeah,
I'll keep you in
I
the
like
loop.
all that.
Just
Alexa.
watch the highlights on YouTube.
Yeah,
10
I might
minutes,
do.
10 minutes per episode, and then you can just watch the pay-per-views. What loads of people do, to be fair. Should we talk something that's superhero related?
Yeah.
So you wanted to talk trailers. So the big trailer.
Yeah.
Yesterday, whatever.
Yeah.
The big trailer.
Yesterday
was
for us, wasn't it?
Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Can't remember. It's been a long week. Fantastic Four trailer.
Yes.
We've been waiting for this for what seems like ages because I feel like we've had like little tidbits of it for a while now. I can't remember if they happened before the last episode.
Well, we had the tidbit of the car, we had the tidbit of the logo, but that's pretty much been it, hasn't it? We got a little bit about the costume.
Yeah, we've seen like loads of behind the scenes footage, haven't we? But no formal trailer.
Now we've got our first proper trailer.
And I don't think any of it had been officially released. It felt like it was all people recording things from like the Comic-Con and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And I have to really hold myself back from saying Galacticus instead of Galactus.
No, don't hold yourself back. We'll be talking about Galacticus 100%. So it was a bit of an event.
It was.
Did you see the hour-long countdown that they had for it?
No.
Yeah. Literally, it said that the trailer was going to be out at 12 o'clock. And when you went on YouTube at 12 o'clock, it was just an hour-long countdown.
Oh.
Yeah, with like loads of like images, and it was like...
So they're really pushing it then, aren't they?
It was like a 1960s countdown to a space launch.
Kind of love that, though.
That's how it was treated. I love it as well.
Yeah.
And then I believe just before it launched, they had like a few like awkward interviews with the cast, who just didn't know what they were doing with it.
But do you know what? This is the thing that we've said that we enjoyed about the first lot of movies is that each one was bringing something completely different.
Yes.
And I feel like this is the first time in a while that we've had a completely different tone.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
But similarities to other things, which we'll
it's
talk
still got
about,
the similarities, but what we felt like, one of the big issues that we've had up until recently was that everything was pushing too much into the comedy, but generally having the same tone.
Yeah.
Whereas this now feels fresh and different.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it is just because it's based in the 60s or something, but I like the fact that it's given me like, I feel like I'm watching a superhero movie, but I feel like I'm watching something completely different to anything I've seen.
Yeah, I know what you mean, yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's made me more excited about this one than I've been probably for a little while.
I agree. Because we mentioned this. We've seen the trailer for Captain America 4.
Yeah.
That feels so samey. Like I've seen it 100 times. I'm not really bothered about seeing it. I will.
Yeah.
But I'm not like, oh my God, Captain America 4, I need to go and watch that this weekend.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, I'll wait for it to come on Disney Plus at this point in like 8 weeks when it bombs at the box office. But with this, just the trailer itself has just got me straight into like, right, I'm actually really looking forward to this in July.
Yeah.
And I feel like to a degree it's dragged me back into it because I've been proper out of like the MCU. I was saying to you before, I didn't finish Agatha. Didn't finish Agatha.
I did.
Haven't watched What If series 3.
I've
I don't
watched
think a lot of people
most of it.
and I haven't watched started.
Do you know what? I've got to admit,
Go on.
What If hasn't been bad.
Okay.
There's been some episodes where I've gone, could have done without that.
Yeah.
But there's been some really enjoyable episodes in there as well.
So it's worth giving it a go.
So it's a bit hit and miss.
Okay.
So if you're not feeling an episode, just skip it to the next one.
I suppose that's the thing you can do with What If, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
By week, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, yeah. No, but this, it just feels, it feels very, like you said, it feels very refreshing. There's a lot of similarities to other things though that we'll talk about. But it just feels something completely new. It feels like a fresh start.
Oh, are we is this definitely a different multiverse to what we've had so far? Okay.
Yeah. I think
only
so.
because I was thinking the building.
The Baxter Building.
Yeah.
Well, it's definitely set in the past. Well, I don't even know if it is set in the past. I get the impression. I mean, straight into it. Literally, it's the first thing on I have got some notes, and that's the very first thing on my notes. The very first thing we see in the trailer is the Baxter Building.
And I just thought, surely it would have been there, even if it'd been repurposed or something like that.
No.
It'd have been there because we've had the fights in New York. We've seen the buildings and all that kind of stuff. So wouldn't that have technically been there?
Yeah, but it's got the whole vibe of the trailer and of obviously what the film's going to be like. It looks like it's set in the 60s.
Yeah.
But I don't think in their universe it is the 60s. I wouldn't be surprised if it was the future. I think it's just that universe has got it's like a super modern 60s where the 60s theme of things. How many times can you say 60s in the sentence? that feel hasn't changed. The way people dress, the way people behave hasn't evolved.
Right.
But they're for science,
which I'd be quite cool with, to be fair.
I think it's quite cool. I think it's
different.
Good, but it's got when I talk about like similarities, it's definitely got a bit of a WandaVision feel straight away.
Yeah,
which makes total sense because it's Matt Shakman directing the movie,
right?
Who obviously directed WandaVision, but it really fit everything. The Baxter Building, everything we see, really feels like the TVA.
Yes.
So it's got such a TVA feel to it, hasn't it? And I
didn't even get onto that until you've just said it.
That can't be a coincidence.
No.
I mean, it might be. They might just think, you know what, Loki and WandaVision are two of our most successful shows.
Yeah.
Do we just lean into that vibe?
Yeah.
But I kind of hope, I'm straight into the conspiracy theories, I kind of hope it's not.
Do you think that these guys are the ones that first figure out that there is
this where
multiple timelines?
Yeah, is this where the original? Because the original Kang is Nathaniel Richards. He's a descendant of Reed. Yeah, is this the timeline he's from? And it's just, and he's kept that. Did he go back? I don't know.
It is interesting.
There's just got to be some sort of link.
Because part of me was wondering whether we get this movie, and then the thing, what excites me about this, if it is a different multiverse, Galactus could win.
Yeah, he could wipe everything out.
What I'm thinking is that what then sends them into the Marvel universe?
Yeah.
As we know it, the MCU, and that's why. And then we can get Galactus again, which is nice because we have a problem where we only get villains once.
Yeah.
Apart from Thanos.
Yeah.
And kind of Kang, which has just been scrapped anyway.
Yeah.
We've had a villain for one time only, and then it's gone, or they've had a redemption arc. So I'm actually quite excited that if they did that, Galactus could win and could destroy the planet. They escape narrowly by going into the multiverse and coming to the MCU, and then it doesn't even have to be straight away, but just at some point further down
10
the
years
line,
down the line, we get
they turn up again and they go,
Galactus.
"Oh shit, we've dealt with this once before, and this is how we lost everything."
That'd be cool.
So I'd be kind of, because it'd be their fight 2.0, but that Galactus wouldn't have any idea who they were.
Exactly.
But they've got a bit of an upper hand because they've dealt with him before.
Yeah. What's it?
So I'd be quite excited about that.
Yeah, there's so many possibilities with it. Whatever they're doing, I think it's very apparent from the trailer.
Yeah.
This is the reset.
Yes.
This is gonna be and I know obviously I'm sure Doomsday or whatever, Secret Wars.
Yeah.
That'll be the formal reset. But this is the start of the reset.
Yeah.
And so far, I know it's only a trailer, but I like it. I like it doesn't feel bland and like we've same sort of film that we've seen 27 times now. So I like the way we're going. Should we talk?
Can I just? Oh yeah. Go for it.
Should we start with? We've got to start with Ben. We've got to start with Ben.
How do you feel about the look? I'm not convinced.
Right.
It's the one thing that I'm not convinced about. His face is weird.
Right. The look, the idea, what they've done with him, I think is perfect. Okay. I like that style that they've gone with.
Yeah.
And I know it's a trailer, so CGI is not finished.
Right.
I think that looks crap.
Okay. But you think it's going to be improved between now and
I hope so.
the movie?
Yeah, I like the way that they've gone with it.
Yeah.
I'm supposing being picky. It looks like CGI.
Yes.
And I know it's CGI because they've not really got a dude, turned him into rocks.
Yeah, yeah.
But it looks like plasticine. It looks like claymation.
Yeah.
Really, that's what I got. Now, I watched it on my phone the first time.
Well, did you hear the audio as well? Like, I liked the fact that when he was like grabbing stuff, or when he touched his face and stuff, you could hear rock on rock.
Yeah, I like
that. And I thought that was quite cool.
I like that. But then when his face moves,
the face shape, I can't get my head around it.
That's like the classic. That's like the classic thing look from like the 1960s comic. So I get why they've gone down that route. But and I don't know how I think you needed something a little bit, and God forbid, a little bit closer to Fantastic.
Right.
That thing.
Yeah, yeah.
That was a terrible movie. We did a review. Go back and listen to it if you want to. And the way that they did the thing was the big heart, gritty, no pun intended, dark type of character. But he looked like he was made of rocks.
Yeah, yeah.
This one doesn't look like he's made of rocks. Michael Chiklis in the 2000s version didn't look like he was made of rocks.
Yeah,
he looked like he was made of plasticine.
Yeah.
And this guy looks too much like he's made of plasticine.
Yeah.
When he's moving and when his face is moving, the rocks in his face are bending with the shape, does that make sense?
Yeah,
They're bending with his face. And I know that's going to be easier for him to emote.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like rock.
Yeah.
So then when you have him scratching his head and it sounds like two rocks rubbing against each other, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
From that
doesn't make sense to the visual.
No.
Yeah.
But again, it could just be unfinished CGI. So
yeah.
Let's hope. In general, though, the look of him, I think it looks good. I think it just needs tidying up.
Yeah.
A little bit. Voice-wise, though, I've heard a few people saying they weren't sure about his voice. I think it sounds absolutely
I think it's all right.
So it's Eben Ross Backrack from The Bear.
Yeah.
And he was in that Star Wars show that was really boring that we watched.
Andor.
He's one of the guys on that as well.
I loved it. I knew exactly what you meant then.
Yeah. Other than that, good.
Yeah.
I know that sounds like I'm slating it, but I'm not.
No.
So many rock jokes, honestly. I didn't try that. No, I mean, I'm excited for it. I like the, the look of it. I just don't think they've pulled it off yet. But fingers crossed they will. We saw Herbie the robot.
Yes.
Cooking a meal. I was waiting for the voice to be Natasha Lyonne's, and it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Because we still don't know
she's in it. I'd forgotten about that.
Playing. We'll come back
God, I want to know who she's going to be.
We haven't seen.
Yeah.
Reed, we see Reed. Obviously, feel like we've already seen
Pedro Pascal
from like behind the scenes.
But right, I've got to be honest now. He started talking, and all I could hear was the SNL sketch. Oh my god!
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know what, and it really it ruined it a little bit for me. And it's not anything that he's done. It's just that as soon as
that's the memory.
Yeah. So I was a bit like, but I mean, obviously I don't remember seeing him stretch at any point.
See any of his powers in
it. But the speech was weird.
Does he have powers?
I don't know. Here's what I'm wondering, because that speech that he did made me think, what is going on? Because he said the first time you went up into space you became invisible.
Mm-hmm.
The first time.
Yeah, a lot of first times.
Or last time, or it was something like that.
The first time.
So are they going up again?
Yeah.
Is that what's starting it off? And did he not get any powers last time, but then maybe gets them this time round?
It's a choice.
Which would be an interesting take.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe we've just not seen it. But when I was listening to him do that speech, I was a bit like, what are you getting at here?
Mm.
I don't grasp it in context to anything else. So I'm a bit like, what does he mean by all of that?
I'd love him to do something really different with it.
Yeah.
But people will be pissed off.
Yeah, I know.
Can you imagine something along the lines of, and I know it's a Fantastic Four, but there's been different iterations of the Fantastic Four in the past.
Yeah.
Can you imagine something like he hasn't got powers and he goes nuts trying to get powers and ends up being the villain. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People would despise it.
Yeah.
But I'd kind of love it at the same time.
But again, if it's multiversal, anything could happen.
It's multiversal. Yeah, it could be. We've got not that there's anything wrong with the female Silver Surfer, but we've got a completely different take on the Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
So, but that's not to say that we're not going to get Nora and Rad at some point in the main MCU timeline.
Yeah.
But yeah, just something slightly different.
Yeah.
You've got the opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
It's not like it's the first time Fantastic Four's been on film. We've seen it multiple times.
Yeah.
So, which is why you can get away with, I'm not convinced they'll do a proper origin story here. I think we're going to start off with the Fantastic Four, having been the Fantastic Four for a number of years.
I think that's partly why they've put that speech in.
Yeah.
Because it's already showing that it's established that it's happened.
I think we're going to get lots of flashbacks. And I wonder whether the movie is going to be us figuring things out through the flashbacks.
Or do you think maybe he has the powers but hasn't divulged to anybody that he's got them yet?
Potentially.
For some specific reason.
Yeah.
Playing out that he hasn't got them. Maybe he was worried that they were going to be test subjects or something.
His powers is shit.
But... do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
I'm
wondering whether even that's the case, but
he could pull off Sinister.
Yeah,
he could fully
easily
pull off a bad Reed Richards.
Yeah,
and I kind of want it now. I hadn't even thought about it until I sat down and talked to you now. But that's what I kind of want. Who else? So we saw. Obviously, we've got the main four. We've got Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm.
Yeah,
we don't see much of her. We see a very brief glimpse of the powers.
Yeah. Do you know what?
Different take
I'm okay with it. The reason being
it?
is we've had a massive focus on her in both the previous Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
So I like that it looks a bit more balanced.
Yeah.
We've had a bit of everybody in this trailer, so I feel like they're not trying to focus on the relationship between her and Reed, or, you know, in the first one, Johnny was very much the subject.
Yeah.
Like, it seems more balanced, and it's about the four of them.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of okay with that. And
no, I'm good. I'm good with it as well.
If that's the route that it goes down.
What do you think of what her powers look like?
Interesting.
Yeah.
The reason being is, and I think this is why, because of the Proton and Captain Marvel and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They keep talking about like light refraction and all of that kind of stuff. And I feel like her invisibility looks like a refraction of light rather than her being invisible.
Right, okay.
So did you see the way she shimmered?
Yeah.
As
it
she
looks
started
like a
to
bubble.
disappear. Yeah. And I'm wondering whether that's what it is, rather than her actually going invisible, whether it's just something to do with her skin reflecting the light and it making it look as though she's invisible.
Yeah, no.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
So, I'm quite interested to see.
I thought the first thing I thought when I saw her powers was, it looks proper 60s. It looks like the sort of effect you would try and do in the 60s.
Yeah.
With like a bubble on the camera. But they've done it in modern day. It looks fake.
I mean, if they want to do a 60s, they could have just done the thing where they pause the camera, she leaves, and then they press play again.
Yeah, but something like that. It looks fake. Her powers particularly look fake.
Right.
I'm thinking as I'm going here, every time you see them, and I know it's the 60s aesthetic, every time you see them like using the powers or in the suits, it all looks, for want of a better word, staged.
Right.
And I'm wondering whether that's going to be something that's part of it.
So you think maybe they don't actually have any of the powers?
I don't know. I'm overthinking it, I know, but I just feel it all feels positive.
Yeah.
There's just a weird feel.
Are we getting Howard Stark in this? We are, aren't we?
No, we don't know that.
Oh, I thought we were.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
I might have made stuff up there.
So, powers-wise, it doesn't look fake, Johnny.
Yes.
Joseph Quinn is Johnny Storm.
I'm so happy about this, by the way.
What? The Joseph Quinn's in it?
I love Joseph Quinn.
Joseph Quinn is a legend.
I've got to be honest.
Yeah, I've only seen him in one thing ever, but he was brilliant.
I've seen him in 2.
Why? What else has he been in?
The Quiet Place, Day 1.
I haven't seen that.
Haven't you?
He's in Gladiator 2 as well, isn't he, I think?
Yes.
Yeah, I've not seen that either.
And so is Matt Lucas.
Shut up.
Did you know that?
No.
Matt Lucas is in Gladiator
Is he
2.
the Gladiator?
I think it's only like a brief thing.
Oh, I really hope he's one of the Gladiators.
But I saw a thing about it and he was like, yes, it's to be in... Was it him? I'm going to question myself now.
I really hope it's not now. Everyone who's seen Gladiator 2 is like, no, he's not. What are you talking about?
I don't normally do this, but I'm going to check now because...
You're do an IMDb check?
I am going to do an IMDb check.
Oh, it's like the good old days, isn't it?
But I'm sure... yeah, Matt Lucas Gladiator 2.
Mega.
It was.
Who's he playing?
Hilarious. Master of Ceremony.
Okay, cool. Back to Johnny Storm.
So anyway, sorry, yeah.
Powers look good.
Yeah.
He flies off. I didn't hear him say flame on.
No, I didn't.
Say flame on, I'm telling you now.
But there was music playing over it, so I don't know whether it's just
what
yeah.
I thought as well. There's a shot of him. There's a big focus on it. I know it's like a 1.5 minute trailer.
Yeah.
Him trying to like fly up out the atmosphere and then the power like turning off. I assume because there's no oxygen up there.
I would assume so.
Yeah. Is that another flashback? Is that like him? But
Yeah.
I feel like we're going to get a lot of flashbacks in this movie.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, and I wonder whether it's going to be one of those movies where it jumps about loads.
Yeah.
To get us to solve some sort of mystery. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's going to be constantly back
something
and forth,
that's already
so that we're
happened.
discovering things as we go.
Yeah.
Which again, I think is a different take.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad about it. It's not really been done, has it?
No, not in Marvel.
No, that's what I mean.
We've seen movies like that, but not in Marvel.
So again, it's just that little bit of a differential approach to the superhero movies.
So that just to make it not... They're already going down the 1960s theme to make it not feel like the Fantastic Fours that we've already had. But just something like that, just a different setup of a movie.
Also...
so paint-by-numbers Marvel movies recently.
Yeah. Also, I love the look of the car.
The Fantastic car looks boss.
Yeah, it does look amazing.
That's wicked.
So I'm really excited about
Galacticus, a.k.a. Galactus. We don't see him.
We see his shadow, don't we? And then we see the back of his head.
The back of his head. It looks like he's shrinking.
Yeah.
Down to the size to fit in New York, which is good because at the size he is, he clearly couldn't eat an entire planet.
Yeah.
So, but that's something he could do in the comics.
Yeah.
He could go back and forward.
Yeah.
Or up and down. Just the back of his head.
Yeah.
Just so comic accurate.
Yeah.
So happy.
It does look good.
It does look. It looks good. I'm not convinced whether if we see him in the MCU. Yeah. I know this is the MCU. If we see him in 616 timeline, he's going to look like that.
Yeah.
But this is the opportunity to go fully comic accurate.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what it looks like. If it looks crap, because even look at the costumes, like the proper white and sky blue costumes.
Yeah.
They look like they were made in the 1960s, which again is the feel of the movie. But you couldn't do that in the main. You couldn't do that in the 616 timeline. No. You can here. So it's like just lean into it, go for it. Somebody else we see in the trailer, we see John Malkovich.
Yes.
Like half a second.
Yeah.
Full on Gandalf look.
Yeah.
We don't know who he's playing yet.
No.
Still not. The main theory is that he's playing a character from the comics called the Red Ghost.
Right.
It's the most popular theory. He's like a Russian spy who can control apes. Yeah, that sounds good. I hope that's it. I hope that's the character. Don't know why, but that'd be good. And then no shows.
So no Natasha Lyonne.
No Natasha Lyonne.
No Brain Guy.
What Brain Guy?
Or am I getting mixed up?
You're getting mixed up with Captain America 4.
Oh yeah.
No, he's not in it. He's not in this. I mean, it might be. Spoilers. No, so we don't get Paul Walter Hauser, who everyone thinks is Mole Man.
Right, okay.
He's not in it. No Julia Garner as a Silver Surfer.
No.
Which I thought we'd get a glimpse of.
No. Nothing.
And I know it's only a teaser trailer. Most importantly, no Doom.
Yeah, but are we getting Doom in this one, though?
It's a rumour. There's a rumour.
And is it going to be...
have a cameo.
Is it going to be... RDJ.
Well, where else is he going to come from? He's got to come from a universe.
Oh yeah,
it doesn't have to be this universe.
Yeah.
On the blackboard when you see Reed like doing his like maths and stuff like that, there is like a sketch of like the wormhole that they used in Endgame.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's he's very into the multiverse clearly at that stage.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks good. It's brought me back in. It's got us doing a podcast.
Well, yeah.
No, I mean this didn't. Buffy did, to be fair. It's brought us back in. I'm I'm excited at how different it looks.
Yeah.
Out of all the comic book movies that are coming out this year,
Yeah.
there's probably not that many now, to be fair. But out of everything that's coming out this year, this is what I am most excited for.
Yeah.
Then Superman.
When is it? July?
July is just absolutely
rammed.
Yeah. I think we've got Jurassic World. We've got a trailer for that tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've got Superman, which we've seen the trailer for. We can talk
Yeah.
about that briefly in a sec. And then we've got this.
Yeah.
All in like 2 weeks of each other, 3 weeks of each other. Superman trailer. We're jumping about. There's no rhyme or reason to this week's podcast. Dead succinct. What do you think?
50-50 with it.
I'm 50-50.
There are aspects that I like.
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling the flying.
Okay. Did we see flying?
We do see flying.
Can't remember.
And it just, if you compare it to J.J. Abrams,
yeah,
flying.
Are you allowed to do that? I think you get arrested for comparing it to J.J. Abrams because people don't like the Snyderverse.
No, I know they don't, but the camera shots for his flying and the CGI is so much better than what we saw in that trailer, in my opinion.
I know what you mean.
Now,
if you go back to the Man of Steel trailer, that first trailer when he shot up and then he
yeah.
sound barrier and there was the big explosion and stuff like that was like, wow, look at this.
Yeah.
But
it's about the close up though. It's the close up of seeing when you see Cavill's face.
Yeah.
As he's flying, compared to, I can't remember the new guy's name.
David Corrin Sweat.
Yeah. It looks basically with Cavill, it looks like he's flying. You know, I don't know how they do it. Don't know whether they put a big fan on his face and just make it look like his cheeks flap a little bit or whatever.
This looks green screen.
It looks green screen, and it looks like his face has just been implanted on. His hair's barely moving. It just doesn't.
I'm guessing
doesn't give me proper like.
I know.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if that's when you think of the details like that, if that's not happening, what else are they going to miss? And that's what worries me. That's why I'm 50-50.
Yeah.
Nicholas Hoult as
Lex
Luthor.
Not feeling it.
I don't know.
It's the facial expressions
in
the trailer.
Yeah.
It just feels like, and I think I said this to you when it came out, it feels like Sam Raimi made it in 2001 from the trailer.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I get. Everything about it.
But it's the James Gunn.
Which isn't a problem.
It's the James Gunn colourful though. Have you noticed?
Yeah, it is. But
the colour palette is totally James Gunn.
I trust James Gunn.
I trust James Gunn.
But I'm not. I'm really excited for it.
My other concern is there's too many villains. There's too many. Well, there's too many. It looks like there's too much going to be going on.
Yeah. Oh, now, it looks like there's loads
I'm
going
nowhere
on.
near as into DC as I am with Marvel.
No.
So I don't know people's names.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got the dog this time with Superman.
You got Crypto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I saw a fantastic meme where it said if Superman had a cat instead. And it's him lying on the snow going pss, 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 pss. And then the next one is him lying in the snow as a skeleton. And it made me absolutely howl. But you then also had, so obviously you've got Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
You've got whatever that thing is in the background.
The big monster.
Yeah.
That looks like something from Power Rangers.
Yeah, there's a girl who looks like she's got some sort of power. Can't remember who she was. And then you've got the army guy with the black mask.
Yeah, Mr. Terrific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are they trying to...
Guy Gardner.
Yeah. Which...
Hawk Girl.
Did you see the other meme?
What, the hair?
When it was Uncle Fester and they put the wig on him and the logo and said...
Well, I don't know. I honestly don't know what.
It's so funny.
It's
but
not
again,
good.
It is comic accurate though.
Yeah,
even though the guy who wrote the comic has come out and said that it's offensive. It is what he drew.
No.
But it does look like Uncle Fester in a wig.
I know what Gunn's stuff is normally like.
Yeah.
And that would fit so much, but the trailer doesn't feel like that.
Yeah.
It looks like a Gunn movie, but the feel of it from the trailer isn't a Gunn movie.
Yeah.
But hopefully it will be.
Just my concern is they're trying to do too much at once.
Yeah, I know. There's
in
a
that
lot
movie.
of characters.
That's what's worrying me.
It feels like this is it's very much like we need to start the DCU.
Yeah.
So we're going to introduce.
But that's exactly what they did last time.
100%.
And that was what the failure was.
Exactly.
So that's my concern now is that It's just the same mistake repeated.
I know, and I don't think. And when you've got something like Iron Man back in 2008, which nobody knew who Iron Man was. Nobody particularly liked Robert Downey Jr. at the time because wasn't.
It was a risky move.
100% it was, and you've got this completely unknown character starting off a universe, and it might have bombed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You had to hook everybody into that universe with that one unknown character.
Yeah.
You've got, and they did it perfectly.
They did.
Whether the MCU's gone completely downhill or not, the first 10 years of it was just perfect.
Phenomenal.
Honestly, it was amazing. And like you just said, the Snyderverse fell apart because they tried to rush the whole thing and they tried to get to Avengers in 2 movies.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that now.
No.
And when you're starting your universe with Superman, you don't need anybody else.
No.
You just start it with Superman.
Yeah.
With the right feel.
Yeah.
That's the negative about the Snyderverse. And I know it was J.J. Abrams who did Man of Steel, but it was too dark and gritty. It wasn't Superman, but that's what they went down the route of. If you're gonna go down, what they needed to do, in my opinion, was take the feel and the vibe of the Christopher Reeve Superman movies, but made in 2025. That's all they needed to do. With a few teasers maybe, and a big twist at the end type thing, like an Avengers thing at the end. That's what they needed.
Again, even if they did the Superman movie, just had the one villain, don't introduce too many, stuff like that, and then at the very end of the movie, he gets stopped by there's some security guys or something that want to speak to him as he's like at the end of a crash scene or something, and they go, Mr. Wayne wants to speak to you, and just gives him a card, and you just see
like that.
His card.
I mean, we don't know that all these little cameos could be seconds. Do you know what I mean?
No, totally. But
from where we think it's going,
it just seems heavy.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Even having crypto in there, I mean, you throw in everything.
Yeah.
But again, I trust Gunn, and his better movies are the ensemble cast movies.
Yeah. Look at Guardians. Guardians of the Galaxy was
exactly.
ace.
He works better in that type of in that type of movie.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about any other trailer? Do you want to talk about Daredevil trailer?
Yeah, if you want to.
Go on. You go on.
Okay.
I mean, I've watched it the first time, like about 30 seconds before we started this podcast.
So obviously we've got Daredevil Reborn.
Is that what it's called?
Born Again. I keep saying Reborn. I think it's because of Rebirth.
This is what happens when you.
I'm getting excited about Jurassic World. That's what it is. So what shocked me was that essentially the beginning is he's sitting down to meet with somebody.
Yeah.
Then we get a clip of kind of fighting.
Mm.
And then we realise that he's sitting down with Fisk.
Yeah.
Like.
Who's now the mayor.
Who is the mayor of New York.
That's insane.
That is insane.
I love it though. I love it.
And they just go, a lot's changed.
Yeah.
You're not a vigilante anymore. Yeah. So he's not Daredevil, or hasn't been for a little while. There's no background on when he was in Spider-Man. That's Daredevil. We only saw him as a lawyer.
I don't know I don't know whether this has been officially, again, because I've been out of it, I don't know whether this has all been officially announced. Is this the same universe as the Netflix show?
As far as I'm aware, yes.
And is that the same universe as the Daredevil that was in No Way Home and She-Hulk?
As far as yes, but I believe that there's going to be no mention of She-Hulk.
I bet there isn't. I bet there isn't.
Because people have been talking about that as well.
So it is this. So as far as we know, it's not like a slight variation. It's not like an slight alternate universe. It's the Netflix universe.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it's the fact that Fisk says to him, "It's not unpleasant to see you."
Good-looking guy, isn't he?
But I was blown away because it's not what I was expecting. I was expecting them to be nemesis. I was expecting it to be full-blown war and him getting power, being the mayor.
Yeah.
Like, that was going to cause havoc for Matt.
It
is perfect because being mayor as well, he's got like state attorney and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So in the courtroom, there's the battles legally, and then backstreet alleys, there's also the fighting. But are we not going to get Daredevil for the first few episodes? I mean, we see in the trailer, we see him go back to the costumes.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah, they look the masks.
The masks.
There's the gold one, the red one, the grey. I'm very colourblind. Is it like a grey one with red eyes?
I can't remember whether it was grey. There was a white one.
It was like an off-white.
Yeah.
It looked really cool.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
There were 2 red ones.
Yeah.
There was a black one and a gold one. Yeah.
Kind of a nod back to these are the variations of the suit that you've seen in the past in different in different bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I just like the fact. I said I liked. I didn't finish the Netflix series, but I did enjoy it from the first 2 series that I saw.
I didn't like the Elektra part though.
That was boring.
It was boring.
But I don't think she's back.
No.
But again, that's what makes me think. Do we just? If we've already done multiverse. Can we just take the bits of the Netflix one that we liked and just give it a slight tweak?
It looks like they're doing that because we did get the Punisher back as well.
Well, yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. It's like the great bits from the whole Defenders universe, the Netflix Defenders universe. No one liked Elektra. No one liked Iron Fist.
Yeah.
So can't we just bring back all the good bits?
Yeah.
Give us a new Elektra. Give us a new Iron Fist, and just say it's a different universe.
Yeah,
because it can be a different universe.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be matched, but it's just close enough that we get all the good bits that we like. I like the fact that Fisk's the mayor because I think it opens him up to the whole of the MCU.
Yes,
to just be there as a villain.
Yeah.
For Spider-Man, Sinister Six.
Yeah.
All that sort of stuff. He's just there. That's the Marvel that I want.
Yeah.
I want
totally.
Just bit more gritty.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, I like my Fantastic Four 1960s aesthetic as well. That's going to be good as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be good as well. Are we caught up with trailers?
Yeah.
I'm excited. Again, I've only seen Daredevil today, which is weird for me. But I've only seen the Daredevil trailer today. I like the direction.
Yeah.
It
looks
going.
gritty as hell, which is good.
I mean, but I just mean the MCU in general.
Yeah.
From the couple of trailers that we've seen,
it looks like they are trying to repair what's been lost.
I'm not at all. Not that I've got anything against it. I'm not at all convinced on Cap 4. I'm really not.
I know.
But I think Thunderbolts looks good.
I think
Fantastic Four looks good, and then Daredevil looks good as well.
I'm just excited to see Florence Pugh again, to be honest.
I'm excited
because she was amazing in Black Widow. If there was one thing in Black Widow that was good, it was her.
I didn't hate Black Widow.
I didn't hate it. I wasn't convinced on.
It felt like a Disney
the
show that they stretched out into a movie. That's the only problem with it. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, it definitely had its faults.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's anywhere near the worst that the MCU's done. No, it was good. Should we talk about what starts? How far in are we?
38 minutes.
That's fine. I thought this whole thing would be a 40-minute podcast, but it is what it is. Isn't it? It's what happens. Welcome back to that superhero thing. Should we put the music here, the intro music now?
Yeah.
Biggest cold open ever. So, the reason we...
Or should we just put the... No.
I don't want to get sued for copyright on the first episode back. Can I sit back? We're sat in Auntie's living room. We don't sit in a little podcast room upstairs, but I've got a giant cup of tea.
We're chilling.
Giant cup of tea in Auntie's living room.
It's nice a lot more cash this time, guys.
It is, yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
It's more. We need something to hold the microphones though.
Yeah, we do.
It is our greasy hands rubbing up and down the microphones constantly. Yes, I said it. I'm going to own it. I'm going to run with it. I heard it come out. I heard it, and I just thought, you know what? Just go with it.
Yeah, okay.
Just go with it. So we only literally decided to do this because it was we started texting each other because if you've not heard. It's not officially. It's confirmed. It's in the works, but it's not been greenlit or anything like that.
No.
A Buffy the Vampire Slayer revival. Is nearing a what's the word? What's the first episode? A pilot.
Yes.
So it's nearing a pilot order.
Yeah.
Not a reboot.
No.
Not a soft reboot. It's literally going to be, from what we understand.
Yeah.
Sarah Michelle Gellar back as Buffy, and it's going to be a follow-up to Buffy.
Where are they now?
Exactly. Yeah. So we were texting and we were like, do you think they'll do this? Do you think they'll do that? And then we were like, you know what? We need to get the mics out and we need to record it.
So can I kick this off?
You kick it off, Andy.
Right.
Go for it.
So there's two things we need to talk about to begin with, and that's who can and can't come back.
It's gone really cold. Who can and can't come back? Yeah.
Who can and can't come back?
Yeah.
And
I agree.
How it was left.
How it was left.
Yeah. So
Sunnydale's gone.
Sunnydale's gone.
completely.
Sign fell.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah. No, not Seinfeld. Buffy.
I meant the Sunnydale sign.
I know.
And all potential slayers are now slayers.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Don't love it.
No, I don't. It was great as an ending.
100%. It was such a good ending.
But to revive it,
It's hard,
something has to happen.
Yeah.
So, and this is why I thought it'd be an interesting conversation to have. To be fair,
definitely.
because you've got to get your head around it. Now, who's not coming back? Okay,
Angel.
So, Angel and Spike cannot come back
Can't come back
because they're vampires. They can't age, and
they have aged.
They've aged. But Spike died.
Spike did die.
So, when I've been looking on the forums and stuff like that, people have been forgetting, but he did come back, but as a ghost.
Yeah, but he was
an
like
angel.
A ghost that could. He was like a poltergeist. He could touch things and fight and stuff like that.
But then he went, and that was it. He was gone.
I never finished.
I'm sure
Angel.
that's what happened.
I watched
I'm sure he went and he was gone.
I think I watched Angel until the series after Buffy finished.
I watched it right to when it got cancelled, which was
Didn't it
horrible.
end on a cliffhanger?
It ended on an all-out war in LA between vampires and them.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, a war.
Yeah, I remember, yeah.
And they were all literally, like, in an alleyway, ready to leg it out into the street to start fighting them.
Yeah.
And then that was it.
Finished.
Cancelled.
But they did a comic. They did a comic book, didn't they? Again.
Oh, I don't know. Did they?
Yeah, I think they did a comic book, same as
Oh, okay.
Same as Buffy.
So
but you can't bring Angel back. You can't bring Spike back.
Anya's
They'll
dead.
find a way. They'll 100% find a way to bring Spike back. I don't know how they'll do it.
I don't think.
He doesn't look.
I don't think they should.
No, but he doesn't.
I
look
like
that
James
much
Masters,
older.
and I think Spike as a character was phenomenal.
Yeah,
I think it's done.
Yeah, I do, but I think they'll bring him back
because at the end of the day, there was Buffy and Angel.
Yeah, no,
and then there's Buffy and Spike.
Buffy and Spike were lasted longer than Buffy and Angel.
It was so much better, but it's the same storyline of Slayer falling in love with Vampire. So for me, I think it's done and let it lie. Because what I don't want to do is then bring it back and it'll be shit. And they'll ruin their whole relationship.
It's going to be the Buffy
revival.
I
know.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
But, right, so...
I still want it, but if they're going to bring it back, it's going to be shit.
So Anya's dead.
Anya's dead.
Yep. Yeah. She got killed in the last episodes.
Yeah.
We lost... Who else did we lose?
Everyone.
Tara died in season 6.
Yes.
So she's not coming back. We... we didn't lose Andrew. Andrew survived, didn't he?
Andrew survived. Andrew popped up in
Angel
with an army of Slayers.
Continuing to train them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he's still going.
Yeah. So if we take that into account, so the people that survived, we've got Willow. So I think Alison Hannigan would come back for this.
100% she'd come back for it.
Nicholas
Brandon
won't come back.
No, I don't. I think he'd come back in
I think he'd come back.
I just don't think
they won't allow it.
No,
they won't allow it. Charisma Carpenter.
You can't not have. I don't think you can do this without bringing Nicholas Brandon back.
I think you can.
You can't do it. You can't.
The problem that I'm going to say something that could potentially be controversial.
You need the original Scoobies.
Xander was a prick all the way through.
You need the original Scoobies.
But he was awful all the way through.
He wasn't.
He was... Right. Listen to me on this one.
He was one of the best bits of the show.
He was comedy value in the series. He always laid into Buffy. He always made everything out to be her fault before they...
Yeah, he was a pain in the arse, but
yeah,
he was still entertaining.
No, he was an arsehole. Okay. He did redeem himself in some ways. He was trying to protect Dawn at one point and all that kind of stuff. But...
I just don't think
I rewatched it again. I mean, I've watched it a lot of times.
I have.
But I've also aged while I've been watching it.
I know.
And so I've looked at things in a different way to how I've previously seen it.
Yeah.
And now that I'm grown up and watching it, I've gone, actually...
What's Nicholas Brandon doing now? Why can't he come back?
Oh, he's had a ton of run-ins with the police and stuff since 2010.
Okay? Yeah, but isn't he okay now?
I think there were sexual assault allegations and stuff though as well.
If that happened, he's completely done.
I'm sure there was.
Nicholas Brandon. Oh, no, that's broke. I literally got an article that says 47. Nicholas 47 was sentenced to 34 years in prison, but this is a lady called Brenda Nicholas.
Oh.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't think you can get him back without that. So it was 2021. That was the last time he was in like the media.
Really?
Yeah. Bring his brother back. Get his brother to do it. Get his twin brother to do it. Yeah, do that. I just don't think he can have it without those three.
Following his August 2021 arrest, Brendan suffered from paralysis in his genitals and legs.
Oh, for God's sake.
2 months later, he underwent another spinal surgery, during which his spinal cord was punctured, resulting in cerebrospinal fluid leak.
Yeah, he's not coming back.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
But if he's recovered from that, maybe he's with it now. Do you know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know. I think you're going to struggle without the original three. 4.
I think Giles would come back. I think it'd be a cameo.
Yeah.
I think he'd be in for one episode.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that, and I'll come back to it in a bit.
Okay.
Charisma Carpenter.
Yeah.
I think she would come back.
I know she'd come back.
The reason being is it's not Joss Whedon anymore.
No, I know.
It's Chloe.
It's Chloe Zhao.
She's done loads. She's very good.
Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look how well that turned out. It's not a bad film.
No, it's not. It was just
bad.
slow. It just didn't keep up with the pace of
been a series.
The movie. Yeah.
There you go.
So I think Charisma Carpenter would come back in a heartbeat.
I think she
for that.
would.
I think we could get. Oh no, because she turned into a vampire as well.
Harmony.
I was going to say.
Yeah, but
because Harmony would be great. Yeah.
Did she die?
I don't know. She was an angel. Yeah, but I don't remember her dying.
She wasn't she the receptionist for Wolf
Heart?
Yeah, she was.
We could get back. Obviously, Andrew. I think Andrew would.
Cordelia will be a cameo. Harmony will be a cameo.
Yeah. Do you reckon they'd de-age her?
Giles will be. Exactly. Yeah, I forgot
Giles
about that.
would be a cameo.
Giles will be a cameo. I think they'll all be cameos. I think the only one you'll get there main is Buffy.
Yeah.
And if we're lucky, Andrew.
Yeah. So.
And Dawn, maybe.
Oh yeah, Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yeah.
She hadn't really done much, has she?
No.
So I think she would.
In the comics.
Hopefully she'd have grown up a bit and not been a pain in the ass anymore.
I'm sure she ended up with Xander.
Oh, did she?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which is a bit weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure that's what happened in the comics.
So, story-wise, my thought
Yeah.
on how it will happen, I think that we'll find out that they've been travelling around trying to close Hellmouths. Mouths.
Yeah.
And I think there's two ways this could go.
Go on.
Either Buffy is now in a school again, a little bit like she was for a short period. Yeah. Where she was like a counsellor type thing.
Yeah.
But it's because she's keeping an eye on some of the Slayers that have... I say... Because they wear potentials and they're all now Slayers. The ones with the highest level of power or something.
Yeah.
Or where the highest concentration of them are so that she can... Or maybe she's running a school specifically for... a bit like a Professor X situation.
I know what you mean, yeah.
So I'm wondering whether there's going to be that aspect so that you've still got that high school feel to the series, which is what started Buffy off in the first place.
Yeah.
It's either going to be that, and then I was thinking something along the lines of, I actually saw a very good thing that Gloria/Ben had a baby, and the baby has taken some of Gloria's powers. Glory, sorry. Why was I saying Gloria? Glory's powers, and wants to get revenge.
Okay.
Once they're grown up, which I thought, okay, could get on board with that.
God, though.
I know.
How's she having a baby?
Well, demigods, it's always been a thing, hasn't it?
I suppose.
In every culture, that does happen. So, so I'm wondering whether it'll go down that route, or I'm wondering if she is pulled from everybody into a different dimension.
Who? Buffy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's a stretch, but I like it more than anything else I can think of.
Yeah.
Let's just have...
Because it's a way to rip her from the Scooby Gang.
Let's just have that one little bit of shit. Because it's going to be a bit, oh my God, are they doing this? But then once it's done, it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Once it's done, it's done.
Yeah.
Get on with the new show.
I'm wondering whether something like that happens.
Yeah.
And she's stuck somewhere and has to fight her way out.
I don't love it.
Or Do you remember the episode when she went into it was like an alternate reality?
Yeah. When
Willow was a vampire and all of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm wondering whether there's something like that.
Could be.
Because we could get it. And I know, again, it's something that's been done, but it's something that everybody loved and wanted more of if there was a Dark Willow at some point.
Yeah.
And that's how we get Willow back for an episode.
Yeah. I think we need
to... I don't know,
to...
there's...
All right, okay. My bit. So, biggest problem I've got. Well, some are solvable. Sunnydale not being in there anymore.
Yeah.
That's easy. We either just don't do Sunnydale or we rebuild Sunnydale.
Yeah.
Rebuilding Sunnydale, I think, is probably the most likely.
It's been
solution.
20 years.
It's been 20 years. Someone will have seen that big plot of land that they can fill in and build on and make an absolute fortune off. Yeah. Despite being told numerous times there's a Hellmouth on it. That's one of those.
Well, the whole point now is that Hellmouth is closed. It's done.
That can well be dead. That can 100% plot armor. That can get reopened in 2 seconds. That is the big Hellmouth. That's the biggest Hellmouth in the world.
Yeah.
They go down that route. That thing's getting reopened.
Yeah.
Sort of like Ghostbusters style, as in like there's so much bad juju around it that it's reopened or something like that.
Yeah.
It can also be. I think it's been long enough. Is it 20 years yet?
I think so.
Okay, so we're on
near enough.
So I think it's more.
I'm sure it ended in like 2006.
Should we find out? Right, let's do it. Let's do Buffy. Someone will be sitting there screaming at this now. It ended then. So Buffy started.
It was the 14th of July,
1997.
Yeah,
and the finale.
There were 7 seasons.
The finale was 2003. So we are 22 years. We're 22 years gone. So,
bloody hell.
So bear with me, okay?
Yeah.
So it's 2025 now.
Yeah.
So we're already 2020. We're already over 22 years past from that. We're approaching 22 years. This thing's not coming out till 2026, 2027 anyway. Yeah. Okay? At which point we are well over 20 years. Yeah. Give it 5 years after the Hellmouth closed before somebody went in and put loading houses on there and chopping boards and all that sort of stuff again. You've then got a group of 16, 17-year-olds who that is just a story and a myth. Yeah. That didn't happen. That's just something that happened in the old days. This whole town's been here my whole life. We're back to square one. We can get rid of all that. The only potential issue we've got is what's happened with the Slayers. Every girl who had the potential to be a Slayer in the world is now a Slayer. But again, once again, we're 25 years probably past this. Yeah. So it's not. I don't get the impression that it's going to be a case of, oh, every girl now who gets born is a potential Slayer. Yeah. You're going to have a bunch of 50-year-old women Slayers running around. Yeah. But probably not that many of them, because 25 years is a lot of time for demons to go Slayer hunting. Yeah. And be killing them. So there doesn't have to be that many.
I've had an amazing idea.
What?
So, going on off what you say.
Yeah.
First episode opens. It says, "Welcome to New Sunnydale," or something along those lines.
Yeah, great.
Goes to the school.
Yeah.
Group of 4, 5 kids, something like that, talking about the legend of what happened to old Sunnydale, blah, blah, blah.
Because it's Halloween.
Yeah.
I
heard that underneath the school there is a thing.
Yeah.
Let's go and do this pretend spell.
Yeah.
Go down. They get about halfway through doing this spell. They start seeing a little bit of a wobble. Yeah. And then the door kicks open.
Yeah.
And it's Faith.
Yeah. Fucking love it. And she's the head.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
And she's the head of the school.
Yes. That would be epic.
100.
I think that would be brilliant, because we'd obviously all be expecting Buffy.
I've completely forgot about Elijah.
Yeah.
Completely.
And it's just Faith. And we go, oh my God.
Yeah.
And then I reckon first episode, all about Faith. All about Faith.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Going about her day. And then at the very end, she gets on the phone and she goes, this is going to open. Can't hold it off anymore.
Yeah.
How quick can you get here?
Yeah.
And then that's when you just see Buffy at an airport saying, already on my way.
Yeah.
And then that's all you see of her. And that,
but do you know?
I've got goosebumps just thinking.
Do you know what we can? Do you know what we can do as well, though?
What?
Do you know what we can? And you could tie this. You could tie this in.
Yeah.
Right. All this. It has been 25 years, and I know there's going to be some younger ones Because some there were like kids who were like 12 and we saw one girl who was like about 12 becoming a Slayer, didn't we? We saw her waking up. But realistically, the majority of these Slayers now are going to be late 40s, 50s by the time this starts. Yeah. Probably not.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah, but not. I know they're super strong, but not in their prime anymore.
No.
Not being Slayers.
Yeah.
Most of them, because they're into their 40s and 50s, have been picked off yet.
Yeah.
But because there's so many Slayers still alive, no new Slayer's been created. So we've got a bunch of 50-year-old Slayers with no new Slayers being created to fight evil.
That'd be cool.
So we need. I mean,
it did say anybody who would have the potential to be a becomes a Slayer,
but
so it
not
sounds
going
like,
for once on that day. So new 16-year-olds won't be getting made.
I think it just depends on how you interpret it. It sounded like it meant that going forward, anyone who would have the potential would be one.
Okay, but you could very, very easily change that to just everybody.
It could be that ended it.
There was one moment where everybody who had the potential to become a Slayer became a Slayer,
and now the panic is we've got no one new coming.
Slayers,
we need to train somebody new.
We've just got a bunch of 50-year-old women. This isn't me having a dig at 40, 50-year-old women, but there's no.
Would be a very good way to bring Willow back in.
Exactly.
Because it'd be something that she'd have to look up in the spells.
I would also imagine though that to a degree, as these Slayers are going past their prime and not able to do what they used to be able to do anymore, because Buffy and Faith probably can't do what they used to be able to do anymore because they're older now.
Yeah,
they have and are becoming easier targets, and they are being wiped out by demons who are hunting Slayers. Well, and the number of Slayers is greatly reduced.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah. Because then there could be conversations where they go, "Well, we lost her."
Exactly.
And we lost her.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But Buffy, I don't think Buffy and Faith would count because Buffy's already died.
Twice.
So Buffy's not in the loop.
Yeah.
So they could go down something along those lines. And it would be the new Slayer.
Yeah.
Or you could just go down the route of like the one sort of thing. Yes, there are some Slayers. They're all older now as well.
Yeah.
But there's one Slayer who is the prophecy one, who is going to be the ultimate Slayer sort of thing. You could get around it. It's going to take a lot of plot armor,
but definitely.
I don't want a Buffy series with Slayers all over the place, and just I don't want Buffy as a general training this year's army of 16-year-old Slayers.
Yeah,
that's not. I'm not saying that's necessarily a bad show, but it's like we said. The appeal of Buffy was that you had this Barbie girl who was living a Barbie girl life, or trying to.
Basically being completely underestimated while at night going and kicking ass.
Yeah, and having to live a normal life in school with homework and detention and boys and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And fight demon, monster, vampire masters at night. And... yeah, you're quite right. It got more elaborate as we went.
Yeah.
And we got to the end of the series, and that was like, right, it's the end of the series, we're done now. Open the floodgate and we can have 1 million Slayers. But it's not the same show if you are then doing it that way. It's not Buffy anymore.
No.
It's Buffyverse.
Yeah.
But it's not Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
And maybe it doesn't need to be, but I feel like if you're going to revive Buffy the Vampire Slayer... you need to revive Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
I'd love it just to be Buffy.
I'd love it to just be Buffy.
If I don't want... I mean, they're not going to do it. We're going to end up with a new 17-year-old Slayer, clearly. I don't really want it, though. I want to see 50-odd-year-old Sarah Michelle Gellar killing vampires. That's 100% what I want to see.
Imagine, though, if the next Slayer was, like, Dawn's daughter.
Yeah.
Even something like that. Right under their nose, and they would never have expected it.
It'll be a complete random.
Do you reckon?
Yeah. I think they'll go completely.
Yeah.
Completely somebody we don't know. But it's just, again, it's how we get there.
Yeah.
It's just how we get there.
It's going to be a tough one, to be fair, but I think it's achievable.
I think it's achievable.
I think it's going to be tough. I think they literally need a room full of people who know it back to front and can go
100%.
You can't do that because
Chloe Zhao is like a Buffy super fan.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've read. So that
well, again, that gives me more faith.
Yeah. But I just don't feel like.
But I do think that they should like stifle Buffy entering. I do think like busting through the door and it's Faith or something instead would be hilarious.
I don't think Chloe Zhao's great.
Yeah.
She's done good stuff. And the Eternals, I know it got, as we said, it's not a bad movie.
No.
But my only concern is, are they going to try and turn it into something big?
Yeah.
When it shouldn't be.
No.
It needs to be a little cheesy.
Yeah.
24 episode series.
It won't even be 24 episodes though, will it? It'll be 10 to 12.
It needs to be a CW. It's a CW series.
Yeah,
That is what this is. I don't even think it was CW, but
no.
It needs to be your Smallville, your Flash, your Green Arrow. It's that type. Maybe not that cheesy, but it's that type of cheesy.
I wonder who would take it on.
I don't know. And absolute scumbag. It was just Joss Whedon.
Do you know where I think it'd fit? I know this sounds random. Paramount Plus.
Oh yeah, I think. Oh, it's Fox. It's going on Hulu.
Was it?
Yeah, it's going on. It's Disney. It'll be Disney Plus in the UK.
Oh, okay.
That gives you.
I don't know why I'm mad about that. I'm not mad about that because
it gives me less faith.
Like I just didn't think
it makes me. I'd rather somebody else was making it other than Disney.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I would rather somebody else was making it other than Disney.
I know. Like the thing is, as much as Disney does bring out good stuff, it's family stuff. Buffy's not family.
No, I know.
And that's where I kind of go. Ugh. But then they did a good job with Deadpool and Wolverine.
I know.
With keeping it R-rated and stuff. So I don't know.
They can do it. They can 100% do it.
The only reason I thought Paramount Plus was because they've got stuff like Yellow Jackets. They've got the new Dexter series and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
I think it'd be a good fit.
Yeah.
On that channel.
There was, and it's not happened, and it's clearly not going to happen. I saw adverts for something, and I think it was on Paramount Plus, and it was Sarah Michelle Gellar, and she's a cop.
It has happened.
No.
She's in Dexter.
No, it was not. It's not Dexter.
Oh,
it was like a supernatural show, and it was like a werewolf show. I think I saw the trailer.
I saw that.
There was a trailer for it, and she's a cop. And she's investigating these murders.
Yeah.
She's investigating murders.
So did that never come out?
I think it did, yeah. But I'm saying what I wanted to happen didn't happen.
Yeah.
And I think I watched like the first episode.
What did we think it was going to turn out that she was Buffy?
100%. 100%. Like at the end of Split when Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
That would have just been the best sleeper twist.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
Just being like,
I do love a sleeper twist.
Imagine the finale of that episode. She comes in and she's finally realised, as far as you were aware, the cop has finally realised that there really are werewolves, and it's like, see, I told you.
Yeah,
and all of a sudden she just kicks the shit out of this werewolf.
Yeah.
And it's like, my name's not whatever, it's Buffy Summers. And just be like, and that's it. That's the end of the series. And then that leads into number 2. Something like that would have just been mega, but it'll never happen. Because it's too much of a risk, because when nobody watches the series, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, that was a Buffy prequel. It's not going to work. But I mean, the more we talk about it, I think it can work.
Yeah.
If I'm dead honest, I don't want it.
It's that thing again, though, isn't it, of the nostalgia?
It doesn't have to ruin it. We can just pretend it didn't happen if it's crap. But I don't want it.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they're going to make it. I know it's not all about me. I don't think they're going to make what I would want.
Imagine if Seth Green came back.
Yeah, Seth Green. There's so many potentials.
Yeah.
There's so many people who could come back.
Yeah.
I completely forgot about Eliza Dushku, but she'd be mega.
Amazing.
She needs to be a main part of it.
Yeah.
There must be other people who've been...
And I think it'd have to be Buffy and Faith.
Yeah, I do. It's just in what capacity though?
I know.
Other than mentors. And when they're mentors, it's not Buffy the Vampire Slayer anymore.
No.
It's whatever her name is, the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
And again, there's so many... I mean, some of the best characters... Genuinely, one of the best characters in the entire series was Spike. And you can't bring him... In what way can you bring that dude back?
I know.
You can't.
I know.
Whether he's a vampire or a ghost...
And I've got to be honest... Knowing that you can't bring back Drusilla either.
I know.
Because she was phenomenal.
And again, you could in flashbacks, you could as a ghost, but you can't bring back a 25-year-old or a 25-year older Drusilla.
Yeah.
There's just so much you can't do with it.
I know.
And when so many of the best members of the cast were beings who don't age, you're a bit scuppered, aren't you?
I know.
Which is why I don't want it. I don't. What I 100% don't want is them to do this Buffy revival
Yeah.
And by 3/4 of the way through season 1, Buffy's gone.
Yeah.
And it's not Buffy anymore. It's just another Slayer set in the Buffyverse. Don't do it. If that's what the plan is, think of a fresh idea.
Yeah.
Think of something new.
Yeah.
Don't take
do it.
Buffy and do it that way now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want it.
One of my favourite lines ever, by the way.
I just love Buffy. I want to watch Buffy.
You know the episode when they all forgot who they are?
Yeah.
When Spike goes, Randy Giles. Why don't you just call me Horny Giles and be done with it? No wonder I bloody hate you.
It's such a good series. It's such a good series. So quotable. And it's, And
what was it she said?
Don't ruin it.
I'm not exactly quaking in my stylish yet affordable boots.
Just don't.
Like, she just had the best lines, didn't she?
It was so well done. And again, I know we've said bad man, very bad man.
Yes,
but taking away the personal things,
his skill and talent
at this type of thing,
would have been brilliant.
Yeah,
it's just a shame he was who he was.
If it wasn't for, he's not worked since, has he?
No,
since this all came out. If it wasn't for the fact, I'm sitting here and I'm going, I don't want it.
Yeah,
and I don't. Really.
Yeah.
I don't. We'll see what happens, but I don't want it. And I can think of ways they could potentially make it work. And this isn't to be sort of like, cause shit or anything like that.
Yeah.
If Joss Whedon hadn't turned out to be the complete scumbag that he is, and you told me Joss Whedon was doing this, I'd be like, 100%. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm 1,000,000% in, because it'll work and he'll do it well. Unfortunately,
he ruined it for himself.
He's just ruined it.
Yeah.
So if you're not, which is why I'm like, do we just leave it?
Yeah.
Think of all the money he's going to make from it.
I know.
Even not doing it.
Yeah.
Because he must own all the rights to it.
Yeah.
So to sum up, I don't want it.
I do.
I don't.
I do.
I'm excited for it still.
I'd just love to see Buffy kicking ass again.
I'd rather we didn't.
Yeah.
Give us a movie.
Yeah.
Just give me a movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar kicking ass.
Yeah.
In it. But yeah, it is what it is, isn't it?
Mm.
We'll see. We might talk about it. I don't know when we'll be back.
No. Yeah, I don't.
It's been about 6 months since we did the last one. We will. We. I think the thing is, you can turn off now if you don't want to. If you don't want to listen to us ramble now, maybe not you. I've certainly fallen out of love with the MCU. I don't hate it.
I haven't fallen out of love. I've just had very big things happen since the last time we did the show. So, I've just not really
Real
been...
life takes over.
Yeah, I've not really been in the place to be able to sit and focus on doing this as often as we were doing it and stuff.
I know. Same here. I've had things going on as well, but not as big as you. But yeah, but I think a lot of people have not, again, fallen out of love's probably not the right word, because I still enjoy it, but it's superhero fatigue, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It all just got a bit too much. The quality wasn't there, and there's other things that I'd rather spend my time doing and watching than some of the MCU stuff.
And our podcast has essentially been about that.
It's been
so when the quality of that goes,
we niche down hard on superhero stuff.
There's only so many times you can hear us go, it's just not good enough.
Exactly.
Without it just sounding like we're becoming a podcast where it's moaning about all the time.
Yeah.
And I don't want us to be that. This is an escape and stuff like that. So what you don't want to do is hear two old farts sitting on a sofa complaining about how shit the superhero movies have become. But
because that sounds really sad when you put it that way.
but that's
right,
that.
Podcast's
after
done.
A while, that can be how it comes across.
That's what it felt like. Yeah, it felt like we were watching shows, going, I'm not really enjoying this, but I'm doing it for this, and I'd rather be watching. And we'd sit there and I'd be like, have you seen this? Have we watched this? This is so good, isn't it? And it's like, can we get this in? Can we somehow fit this into the show? And we're spending time watching and talking about things that we're not particularly enjoying, when we could be doing things and watching things that we are more so enjoying.
Yeah.
So,
do you want to know something funny though?
Go on, what?
So, Deadpool v Wolverine. My stepdad.
Were we off for that?
We were off for that. We haven't done it. I was going to say to you, I would actually really love to do a live watch. No, not a live watch.
Commentary.
Yeah. But my stepdad hasn't seen it.
Okay.
One of my stepdad's favourite movies is the Blade trilogy.
Oh, okay.
And he does not know.
He doesn't know he's in it.
He doesn't know he's in it.
Mega.
And I've been like saying to him, you need to watch this because I think you are going to be absolutely. As I said, I honestly think you're going to wet yourself when you see. And he's like, well, what is it? What is it? And I said, I'm not telling you. I said, but you need to go away and watch it.
Yeah.
And I said, I will happily have you come over here and watch it at mine with me if you want to. Yeah. And he, as far as I'm aware at the moment, he still hasn't seen it. He's not had any spoilers or anything like that. So I can't wait for him to find out that he's in the movie.
Again, quality. It was such a good movie.
Yeah.
So good.
So, but if you'd want to do a commentary, that's something I'd enjoy doing.
We can do one. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. But yeah, I think we're gonna have a think. We've got a few ideas.
Yeah.
As to things.
We may have to change the format slightly.
We can change it. We might have a slight change. We might have a complete change.
Overhaul.
Yeah. We'll have a think.
Yeah.
But it's been. I've
really enjoyed doing this.
I've really enjoyed this.
This is what I miss doing. To be fair,
it feels like it's been completely off the cuff.
Not
the usual.
This has literally been decided within the last 48 hours.
Yeah. And it has just been a general.
When are you free? The only day I'm free is this day. It's the only day I'm not free. That kind of situation.
But yeah, we'll be back.
Yeah,
I can't promise it'll be next week.
2026.
Yeah, we'll be back. Keep your subscriptions. We'll be back unless you hated the episode. At which point,
tell us to bugger off. Yeah.
Tell us to go back to the original format. That's what we like.
We'll just throw this into the ether if no one listens to it. No one listens to it.
I'm not even going to promote this. This won't even be on Twitter or anything. No. I'm just going to put this out and see what happens.
Surprise!
Exactly. Yeah. We'll be back. We'll be back.
All right.
I don't know how many more times I can say that.
I'll be back
as well. That's it. Sound. Well, thanks for listening, guys. If you've stuck with us for the whole hour and however long episode.
Hour and 10. Not bad.
That's not too bad.
No.
We've had 2.5 hour episodes.
Yeah.
That's not going to be happening again. But yeah, thanks for listening.
Cheers, guys.
Keep your eyes peeled. If we do the next episode, we will put it on like Twitter or X.
Perfect.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. All right. Cheers, guys.
See you later. Bye. Bye.